Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I went for a short vacation at the Black Sea in Bulgaria, and while relaxing at the Golden Sands, Dwarflab made the first DeepSky test with the Dwarf 3. And now let's see the first DeepSky objects captured with the Dwarf 3 by Dwarflab. And we have the first image, Messier 16, the Eagle Nebula, and I believe all these images are stacks of 30 minutes with 30 seconds exposures gain 60. Probably also captured in equatorial mode. At 30 minutes it's a little bit noisy, but we are still able to see some details here inside, also with the pillars of creation. Now the second image, we have Andromeda Galaxy. I already see a big difference compared with the Dwarf 2, and we'll make very soon also a comparison with Dwarf 3 and Dwarf 2 images. So here we have a stack of Andromeda unprocessed. All these images are not processed. And we already see here nice details on Andromeda spiral arms, even if we didn't make any process to this image. And let's see the third image. Here we have the Vel Nebula complex in constellation Cygnus, and we see here on the bottom right the Western Vel Nebula, Pickering triangle here in the middle, and Eastern Vel Nebula on the left. Also, the stars look much better compared with the Dwarf 2. I believe that it's already an impressive result. Now I do want to get all these images in Pixinsight and do some processing to show you how these images will look once we also process them, sharpen them with Blur Exterminator, and also remove the noise. We are now in Pixinsight and we'll start processing the images captured with the Dwarf 3. We will start with Messier 16, the Eagle Nebula. And normally I first start with gradient correction tool and correct gradients, but here in this case I do not see many gradients. The stars also look okay, but will look much better after we will use Blur Exterminator. We have here the option Sharpen Stars. I will leave the default 25, and everything at default, we'll just drop it here on the image. And let's see the results. Look here, so nice. And if we would have the unstretched image, we could get even better results on the stars using Blur Exterminator. But even so, look, it's a big difference. Let's zoom in and see before. You see how blurry are the stars in the previous image. And let's look now. Bam! Huge difference. And this option also corrects for the stars. So let's see before. And let's see now. And let's see also here, we can see also details in the pillars of creation with a small telescope, like the Dwarf look before, and now look how it made the details sharper. Okay, so we've used Blur Exterminator and got a sharper image with better looking stars. Next step is to use Noise Exterminator, and we probably won't go so much at 90%. Let's drop it to 75%, sharpness of 30. And let's see how it will look at 75%. And this will increase the signal to noise ratio, remove the noise. And look here. No more noise. So nice. So nice. Yeah, a little bit of noise is still visible. We need to be careful not to go too much. Not to go too much with these images. So let's see before and after. I think 75 is good. Before, after. So remember, these are short plans, 30 minutes only at about f4.2, the focal ratio of Dwarf 3, with 150 millimeters focal length. And on this one, we'll also use maybe a curve here. Curve advance and stretch it a little bit more, like this. But try not to overexpose. And then we can process it later more in software like Adobe Photoshop. But yeah, I wanted to show you also these fainter gas clouds that will be visible here once we stretch it more. Okay, we don't want to go too much, too strong. Let's apply the stretch and look. now we can see also all these gases. We should do this on the starless image and then combine the stars after in Pixinsight or Photoshop. I do prefer Photoshop because I'm used combining the starless with the stars there. And then stretch and remove the extra noise. And then put the stars back, and so we'll have smaller stars. Let me show you exactly how it will look now without the stars. We'll have a starless image. After we apply again the stretching and apply now noise exterminator again with 50 till 25. Now we do have a starless image that we can process further in Pixinsight or Photoshop. Then we can place the stars back and we will have the smaller stars. Okay, and 50. And let's place the stars. Now I'll place the stars here on top in Photoshop and select here mode screen, blending mode, and press apply. And you see we can play and process more this image without affecting the stars. Now we place the stars back in Adobe Photoshop, increase the contrast a little bit with a high pass filter, and this is the result. We do not have too bright stars, and we do have a nice image with Messier 16 captured with the Dwarf 3 Smart Telescope. And if you are interested in buying the Dwarf 3, do check the affiliate links in the video description. Now let's move to the next image. We are now back in Pixinsight, and here we have the Well Nebula complex. We'll duplicate, make it larger, and again I notice here I do not see any noticeable gradients, so we won't use the gradient correction tool, because if you use it and there are very low gradients, we need to make manual settings here, not to take any signal from the nebulas. And apply now blur exterminator, and let's see the difference. Let's zoom in before and after. So see how much we can improve the images that are not processed for astrophotography. So this is why processing is very important, and using just an affordable telescope like the Dwarf 3, if you process the images, you can get much better results. However, if you're just doing live staking for outreach and you just want to see some nebulas or galaxies, for that I don't think it's necessary to do any processing. I think the images are good enough and will be better than the Dwarf 2. Now let's go first with noise exterminator. Let's go 80 and 40% details and see how it will look. Let's remember the short integration plans, test of 30 minutes. And here we can do another starless image if you want. But for this test we'll just stretch again. Stretch the image using the same stretched, the second one that we used. And look, much more details are visible here in the image with the Well Nebula complex. Look, Pickering triangle, and look at all these gases. Just amazing. With an affordable telescope, about $500, that you can get this in a short period of time, under 1 hour. So this is a fast processing of the Well Nebula, West Well Nebula, Eastern Well Nebula, and the Pickering triangle here in the middle. Also let me know what you think about the results. Let me know if you have already the Dwarf 2 Smart Telescope. What do you think about the results captured with the new Dwarf 3? Also, affiliate links are available in the description. And now let's check also the Andromeda Galaxy. Let's start with blur exterminator and let's get sharper stars. Look how fast it works. It takes only a few seconds. Now we do have sharp stars and also a sharper details here in the Galaxy features. Let's go back and see a comparison. Before and now. Before and now. So nice, right? Okay. So we can close it and save it. And now we'll apply also noise exterminator, but with 80 and again 40% detail. 75, 35. So let's see before and now. Look, what a difference, right? The noise is gone. And what we notice here, it looks a little bit green, right? A little bit more green. So to remove the extra green, we will use a process called SNCR. We'll duplicate the image, and here we'll apply this process, green, average, neutral, and apply it. And look, the extra green went away. If we want, we can stretch it more, like the other images, but we need to be careful not to blow the core. So let's test how it will look. It will look like this, right? So acceptable, I guess. Let's see if we reduce it a little bit more. Yeah, like this. Don't want to push it too much with the highlights. I think here, after, we can also do gradient correction. You see, the stars look too bright if we don't remove them. So before applying this process, we will close it. We'll remove the stars again and show you the end result. So we'll go Star Exterminator and apply it here. And we have our starless image. Then we'll apply the stretch and combine again in Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so we have also now the stars. And here we have Andromeda. And we go back in Adobe Photoshop. Open the starless image. Yeah, and now I will place the stars. Okay, with the screen blending mode. And now we will apply also the stretch in Pixinsight. Let's duplicate and we'll apply now the stretch directly on the Andromeda image like this. We started to have a little bit more noise that we can denoise also. Drop it here. See, we have it stretched, and we have now also the stars, but they are not too strong. And if you want to make also smaller the stars, we can make another curve layer. Select it to apply only on the layer below by pressing here on this small window, and then it will apply only on the layer below. And let's see. Yeah. Let's see before, after. Okay, and we do have also smaller stars visible. If we want to play more with the background or process it more, we can do this more in Photoshop or with Adobe Camera Raw. Let's say we want to stretch a little bit more. We can stretch it more if we want. Be careful not to overstretch. That's also important. So let's see before, a little bit too bright maybe, and we went like this. We can go also and do some color changes. Let's see, duplicate, remove here the stars, go with the new starless image, place it here on top, right click and convert to smart object here, then filter and camera raw filter. And here we can go curves, increase the blues a little, lower some blues, but increase the others. Yeah, get a little bit more blues into the image, but carefully. Okay, we can try this with the curves, but it needs more experimentation. Or we can go color grading and go in the shadows with more blues and mid-tones with reds here, or oranges, and more yellow in the highlights. Okay, and then go curves again, go blues, lower the blues like this, but increase a little bit here in the mid-tones, the blues, and lower in the darks. Go saturation and color, increase saturation a little bit, and let's press OK. We do have more yellow, and we can also play and get more blues if we want also more blues. Select the curve and increase the blues in some areas, but decrease in the others. What do you think? My leg. Yeah, believe this is a really nice result. Andromeda Galaxy captured with the Dwarf 3 smart telescope. Data sent by Dwarflab, 60 images of 30 seconds. A short processing here in Photoshop. Please let me know what you think about the results and how does this compare with the Dwarf 2 if you already use the Dwarf 2. Well, I hope you find the video useful. Don't forget also the next video where I will compare also Nebula captured with the Dwarf 3 and the Dwarf 2 telescope, and the other videos that will follow with the Dwarf 3. By the way, affiliate links are available in the video description. If you are interested in buying the Dwarf 3, you can use them and also help the channel earn a small commission. I do want to give a big thanks to all channel members that are supporting the channel, and if you want also to support the channel more, you can join the channel membership. Very soon I will share also data captured with the Dwarf 3 smart telescope. And this will be available for members along with my other astrophotography data that you'll be able to download. Thank you for watching. Hope you find the video useful. Until next time, clear sky, and hope to see you in the next video.